Fellas, not to start with the injury stuff, I guess, what Damian, it looked pretty bad from most vantage points, just kind of what happened on that play, what would you feel, and how was it determined you were able to come back?
I laid the ball in, and when I landed, when he tried to block it, he landed on my foot. And the way he landed on my foot, it just twisted my knee. And it just happened so fast because I was landing and he was, my foot was going to do one thing. And when all of his weight came down on my foot, it just kind of twisted me up. And it was painful, like initially, so I just stayed down. And, they was like, let's go back. And I just was like, let me sit down for a second on the bench to see if it, ease up. And it did a little bit, but, they wanted to obviously test it and, put me through a few things to see if I could deal with it. And we came to the back, and they was just like telling me to do a bunch of different things. Could I feel it? What does it feel like? All those types of things. And I felt like it was, some discomfort, some soreness, but I didn't think it was something I couldn't play with, and that was it. They was like, if it feels funny and you go back out there, you need to tell us. And I said, all right. And when I went out there, I knew it was going to be a little uncomfortable, but I didn't feel like I was putting myself in danger. So it was what it was.
So it was the knee, not your Achilles?
Yeah, I actually aggravated my Achilles at the end of the fourth quarter. Like one of the last plays, I was just fouling, but I tried to run around the dude and I just pushed off and just re-aggravated it.
Khris, for you, you had to go through the whole kind of pregame thing, and when did you feel you could be good to go? And I guess, to score a career playoff high, play 40-plus minutes, did you maybe surprise yourself in any degree with what you were able to do tonight?
Just went through my pregame routine to see how I felt, see if I was going to be able to, push off and run and change directions. Felt good enough to go. So I feel like once I'm out there, there's no excuses. I just got to play. Forget about whatever I'm going through and just play.
Dame, Doc had kind of said you told him that, hey, I don't really have a ton of explosion, but I can be a decoy late in this game. Do you feel like you can get that explosion back in 2 days and be good to go on Sunday, or where are you feeling right now?
That's the plan. I think it was tonight. It was just so fresh. Just re-aggravating it after having a whole week to kind of get it together. But I just wanted to be on the floor, in case opportunity came up or, however I could help. But it's, obviously tonight we're going to get back and have to just get ahead of it because, that's not something that you want to play with, and I think it's one of those spots on your body where you literally can't do nothing about it, It's, if you can't move, you can't move. So we got a couple of days tonight to start to just try to get ahead of it and just get it feeling better, try to get ready for Sunday.
Khris, just what you see on the glass tonight, felt like there's, a 2-minute possession where they grabbed 5 offensive rebounds. Same thing kind of happened in the fourth quarter as well. What were you seeing there?
They were coming from all over the place. The point guards were crashing, wings were crashing, bigs were crashing. We just got to do a better job of, contesting the shot, finding bodies to box out. In our zone, we were off bodies a couple times. They were able to sneak in, but then when we went man, he was doing the same thing. So I think we take care of the glass, we got a better chance of winning this game.
And then just for you ended up going a lot to your right on Neesmith, not really crossing over, doing anything like that. Just kind of what you see late in the game as you're trying to find a groove.
Just, whatever way they force me, take it. I feel like it can create a problem either way. Take what the defense is giving me. If they cut off or if I see help, just go to counters or find guys that are open.
For either or both of you guys, just now down 2-1 in this series, how do you work on getting yourself out of this hole and bouncing back next game?
I think it's we're an experienced team, so it's every game series is going to change. We won game 1, they answered game 2. Their first game on their home court, I feel like it was a game that we should have pulled out. We had a couple opportunities where we took a 3-point lead, and then we had a breakdown or a miscommunication defensively, and we let them make up for it, or we'll get a stop, then they get a rebound. We was giving them multiple opportunities when we could have kind of created a little more separation and put more pressure on them with, so little time left in the game. But I think we played a really good game, aside from the offensive rebounds and, us not executing early in the game. So I think we just got to know the series is going to change every game. It's going to be something that we find that we can be successful with, and they're going to do the same thing. And it's just about, staying in it mentally and, continuing to compete, and knowing what we playing for. And, now we just got to try to get the next one. And, once you do that, then it becomes a new series again. And then after that, it continues to change every game. So we just got to turn the page and, focus on getting one before we get out of here.
Khris, just wanted to ask you about just what the match has been like with Aaron. Obviously, you guys go back a long way, from Charleston and everything like that. What's it been like to, obviously see him at this level and just go back and forth, and also at the end, he hits the three and then you match. What's that just the whole thing been like for you?
Yeah, definitely hating him for making that last shot. But nah, I mean, it's fun. It's fun. We've had a lot of battles during the summer, just trying to make each other better. But, he's worked his way to this opportunity. I mean, he's a smart player. He's a great physical defender, quick, strong. Everybody knows about his shooting and whatnot. Struggled a little bit tonight, but hit one big one. So, it's just, a cat and mouse game. He's trying to force me to different things, and sometimes I try to get to certain spots. He knows what I'm going to do, but for me to be a good player, I have to, have counters or figure out how to, get other guys open. So it's just playing a cat and mouse game. He's trying to change different coverages on me, the way he's guarding me in certain areas, fronting me, three-quartering me, whatever. So I just got to continue to play the cat and mouse game and, try to do whatever it takes for my team to win.
For either of you, obviously you know the Pacers well this season, but now that you know how they perform at home in the playoffs, how do you limit those second chance opportunities for them?
It just comes down to a little bit more effort. Finishing possessions. I thought we did a great job defending their initial actions, containing the ball, making them shoot tough contested shots wherever they were. We just got to do a better job of finding bodies to box out. Those guys, they're coming from all over the place. They're trying to push us. They think we're an old team, they're a young, fast team, so they're just trying to use their speed to fly around on both ends of the floor. So we just have to take that challenge.
And speaking of young and fast, can you talk about Andre Jackson Jr. and his impact tonight?
He was great. Gave us a spark in that first half. He got us back in the game. Second half, he did the same thing. He played a poised game for such a young guy that, hasn't been in that situation before. So hopefully, he builds on this and we could use him down the stretch.
For either of you, last game, they kind of got into their pace and stayed in it. I think second half you all looked like got to your brand of basketball and your own speed. How were you able to do that? And I guess going forward, is that something to build on, knowing that you can sort of affect the game that way and get it back to your own rhythm?
I mean, I thought we just picked up our energy. We played more physical. We got into their bodies. I think, when they trying to get the ball in, jump it in, play fast, we was there, making them pass it to somebody else initiate the offense. I think our communication was up. We just kind of got things under control. We got back. We got matched up. We was helping each other out. We was, shrinking the gap so they couldn't just get into the paint. Doc was on us about, yeah, you're supposed to have help and guys supposed to be in the gaps, but you gotta guard your man. And I thought once we started to do all of those things, the game started to turn. And I think that's something that we got to continue to focus on and try to have that at the beginning of the game and not have as many moments where we this is what we have to do and we got to, start doing it. I think if we're able to have that about us from the start of the game and then hold on to that and sustain it, I think we'll find ourselves in another game like today with a chance to win it.
Khris, you guys have played a lot of close games over the years in the playoffs. I think back to that 2-OT Game 3 in the Eastern Conference Finals in Toronto, hitting game winners against the Heat, stuff like that. How do you try to bounce back after 42 minutes of effort, 53-minute game, to try to not maybe lose hold of the rope and just come straight back and not lose any momentum going into Game 4?
Yeah, first take care of our bodies, tonight, and also get ready. I mean, it's one game, it's a game-by-game series. You don't lose the game. You don't lose the series in one game. We have a lot more chances. So I think we play Sunday again, get ready, go over our film, figure out, what our adjustment's going to be in our game plan, come out and be ready to play.